and very efficient technique. How to get rid, of all thought like desire, hatred, jealousy, all these different things. Okay? That's a really basic thing, very, very basic thing when you want to meditate. So there is 2 steps. Okay, so the first step will be very easy, just to sit, and try to let 2 things to be like fall down by themselves. Okay, one is body. Okay, so one is body, and the second is the mind. So when you wake up, it's good if you have like a Zen or something, because especially in winter the knees will be cold, so it's good to put around your knees. What is doing? What are you doing? Come with me, still you. Okay. So you put around your knees, you can little bit on up, it's okay too. So this way, okay, very relaxed. And then the thing is, you leave your body very relaxed, like falling down, and at the same time your body fall down, your mind also fall down, like you make your mind very peaceful, very relaxed. Okay, so we will do this for like 2 minutes. Okay, and then we're going to learn another technique. Okay, so let me see if you hear the sound. You hear the sound? Okay, great. So for 2 minutes you just stay cool, and let your body settle down and your mind settle down. So that's the first aspect. So it was very brief actually, but you should do until you feel like your body is settled down and your mind is relaxed. So that's really up to you, and depending on how much time you need, you just take the time you need. So the first thing you wake up in the morning, that's what you need to do. You put your body straight and you put your mind and you think like, okay, everything is settled down. Especially if you have nightmare or something like that. That's very important. Okay. So next we're going to do, it's a bit unusual because normally I use first a technique of loosening the joint of the body and everything. You can do that. That's very fine. You can learn slowly. But today I want to focus about one thing. That's very what I really want to focus today. So the idea is, we say we need to use a very pure, let's say, you can say In Tibetan we say long. We say long. So long means actually like the breath, okay? But it's more than that. It could be also like subtle air, a very refined and subtle air. But what we're going to use is very important, is the long of the Buddha and Bodhisattva. So maybe you're not Buddhist, so you say, what is Buddha and Bodhisattva? But thinking about some people or some being are really dedicate all their life, all their energy to others. You know, those kind of person. And the idea is taking gently and respectfully their energy in order to clarify ourselves. Even more than clarify, to, let's say, you can say, motivate ourselves or act in a world in a different, completely different way. Like the way of these people, absolutely altruist, without any atom or even shadow of selflessness, of selfishness, like ego-ness or egotic mind, just toward others, always. Maybe you can think about, I don't know, like Mother Teresa or Gandhi, or I don't know, any very great spiritual being and leaders and things like that. But not sure it's a great and renowned person is necessarily not selfish. Well, let's think about someone very pure, even if it's not someone real, just thinking this way. And in order to connect to this energy of those very high spiritual beings, we need to vibrate in the same mood. So it's not so easy, because it's how can I say? It's not easy to accept. Okay, it's not easy to accept this kind of, I don't know, openness. But that's the real truth. So no matter you accept or not, that's the thing. That's what the world we live in. That's the environment we are in. So it's not a matter of is it true or not? It's just a matter of seeing or not. And in order to connect to this energy, because when you think, maybe in previous video you have seen in French or you have seen in English, I refer to like very pure white, yellow hair or something that clarify you. That's okay, but that's kind of new age, you know, like something very pure is going to purify me, whatever. But that's not really what it's about. If you really want to be purified, or of this activity of hatred, jealousy, hunger, or whatever, anxiety, everything, you need something more than just light, or imagine pure light. You need, let's say, the energy of those people, Buddha and Bodhisattva. And in order to do that, you need to vibrate, as I said, in the same vibration. And in order to do that, we need to generate, sometimes we call it the 4 Brahma, or you can say the 4 immeasurables. Basically, love, compassion, joy, and equanimity. So equanimity is not about others. Many people, they mistake this idea. But equanimity is the first step. So if you want to have love, compassion, and joy, and those kind of joy, those Buddha and Bodhisattva joy, compassion, and love, you need to be perfectly equanimous. You cannot favorite someone, or I like this guy, I'm going to help him, and this one I don't care. This one is my enemy, or someone I hate, so I hope you have the worst. That's not going to work. So you should abandon all this kind of imbalanced state of mind and consider everyone in the same view or same attitude. So this is why you need to have this equanimity. It's not for others to have it, but for yourself. So when you have this equanimity, you have to think. So what is the love, compassion, and joy of those beings, Buddha and Bodhisattva? So it's very simple. Love is the attitude like you want everyone to be happy and to have the cause of happiness. And the cause of happiness is actually profound, because it's not only about having something that makes you happy, like possession or situation. It's more than that. It's happiness rooted into life dedicated to others. It's like the same thing. Like you offer a present to someone, you feel very happy because you make someone happy. This kind of, let's say, kind of love. Happiness and produced by helping people or make them happy or supporting them or I don't know, maybe give support or something. So this is the love. Okay? Then compassion. Compassion is seeing someone suffer and be in a situation where you can really feel what he is ongoing. Like it's something that is not completely stranger to you. You see someone struggling with hunger, thirst, or difficulty, or whatever, and you it's not something like don't affect you. You really can see yourself in this situation and can really kind of feel his suffering. So feeling that, you cannot stay without doing anything. You will naturally want to do something. This kind of attitude. Okay? So this is compassion. Wanted people, all without any exception, to be free from suffering. And more importantly, to the cause of suffering. So if you look for the cause of suffering, it's a very profound topic. And maybe you can check on the channel with Geshe-la, we explain more about emptiness and things, and you can understand what's the real cause of suffering. But you can differentiate two causes. Basically, ne monte pas, what is agitate, and due to this agitation, obstruct the mind. So when the mind is obstructed, you cannot see anything, and then you do weird stuff. That's quite logical. Okay, so that's one cause. So which will be desire, attachment, hatred, jealousy, hunger, proud, all these different things, miserliness, all these things. And then that's one cause. And another cause, according to Buddhist point of view, or even Hinduist point of view, I think, even every religion basically, they say if you do something bad will happen. There is no like crime will remain unpunished. So if you do something towards someone like making suffer, you will eventually have the same kind of suffering. So when you see someone suffer in the world, you can think that it could be due to this, due to having acted in a very bad way before, and then kind of the result of that is suffering. So according to Buddhist point of view, we don't think like it's just hazard, or it's random. Someone, let's say, born without leg, without anything, and then why this guy have suffering? Oh, it's random. No, it's not. It's due to something happened in the past. So this is one cause of suffering. And more importantly, it will be the root cause of suffering is blindness towards the real nature of reality and ourself. That's mainly the root cause of suffering. Anyway, so that's the cause. So the idea here is compassion is to want everyone, without any exception, to be free from this origin of suffering or cause of suffering and suffering. Okay. Then next comes the last, the joy. So joy is very interesting because, I don't know, sometimes it's translated in a very weird way, but it's quite easy. The idea is to understand happiness. If you want to understand the joy, you have to understand happiness. And think what is real happiness. Real dewa, you can say in Tibetan, means like real felicity, real bliss or whatever. So this is something that is not something will degenerate into suffering. For example, if you have something that brings you some joy, but if this thing disappears, then no more joy. So that's not real happiness. So happiness is something rooted into our mind, something that is very deep and cannot depend on external things. And this is what the Bodhisattva wish for others, because they have it. They live into it. When you say Buddha, you can say Sugata. Sugata in Sanskrit means Dewache cosa de. Tathagata cosa de. Come say? Dewa, forget. Anyway, so Sugata, I think is called Deshin Shepa. Yes, Deshin Shepa in Tibetan. So Sugata, Suga, Suga Siddhi, this stuff means bliss, and Gata means going to. So one who gone into bliss. Basically, they gone into bliss. So the only thing they can feel is bliss, and they really want others to have the same kind of thing. In Tibetan, it's the same. The Deshin Shepa, Dewa, it's a felicity, and Shin, it's the one going into bliss. So this kind of thing. So here, that's a wish that everyone, without any exception, have this kind of joy with or bliss, which is not rooted into external things or material things that will actually eventually disappear and eliminate the joy, but something more deeper, then they can always be there. So that's the choice. So here, in order to reach this kind of vibration of this love, compassion, and joy of Bodhisattva, and that's a wing we're going to use to purify, let's say, our negativity, we need to elevate our mind into this state. Okay, so it's not easy, because we need to contemplate the real situation of the world and with the suffering. So it's hard, because sometimes we don't want to see. We want to meditate and have a happy feeling and put some incense and do something, and no one wants to really look towards suffering. But that's the only way. If you follow this path, there is two wings of a bird. Okay, one is Bodhicitta, compassion, all this thing we're talking about, and another one is wisdom, understanding the true nature of phenomena and ourselves. And that's the only way. There is no putting some incense and some cool music or mantra on YouTube. That's not the way. That's not the way. No, not in this path anyway. The real path is this too. So we are going to do that. Okay. So first we're going to contemplate the suffering of people we know. People we have been, for example, today someone has been scammed, lost a lot of money, lost 8,000 euro by a scammer. So it's a great complex situation and create a lot of suffering. This kind of thing. Or someone who is sick. We have a great sickness. Or someone who have great difficulty. Maybe he's, addicted, or he's drunk, and then he do some bad thing to his child, whatever, or he's very, let's say, irritated or violent, or any of these situation. And you really need to think about these people, real people, not imagine one, real people, and really be in their situation. And then that's how it starts. This feeling. And this feeling will develop toward compassion, toward how can someone bear so much suffering, so much pain, and what can I do to do something to help him or her. So that's toward this aim. And then, thinking of that, you want these people, because you feel the same suffering, the same pain, you want these people to be free from this suffering and to be completely in other situation where there is happiness, and not any kind of happiness, but the one who is not supported by external condition, real happiness. So you see, in this thought, all love, compassion, and joy of Bodhisattva is present. Okay, so we're going to do that. So everyone have his own situation when he can look towards suffering. So don't detune your gaze, like, oh, I don't want to see it, it's not something I want. Yes, maybe you don't want, but it's a reality, it's a fact. So you can look like in hospital, those people very, very sick, like tortured by sickness, so much pain, physical pain, mental pain. Or you can think people in prison, like they are, I don't know, abused or whatever. Or you can think also animal when they're in this different, I don't know, situation where they get killed, or rise in a very, very hard condition of living. All these different situations. Or someone get captured by Taliban or whatever and get tortured. All these situations that happen in the world. Or someone in a war that loses his home, like destroyed by bombing, and loses his kid or his wife. All this kind of situation we can see. So no need to look on the news. You know that thing happen, and don't feel really how you will feel, how you will be in this situation. Okay, so that's our meditation tonight. Okay, is it clear? Going to do that for a few minutes. Okay. So this is not easy. Okay. I love, but not really loving thing. It's a very, very, very hard. But now we need to think when you really perceive this kind of situation, like always, in Tibetan we have, on Tibetan Buddhism you can say, you have this bodhisattva called Chenrezi, and Avalokiteshvara. But Tibetan, they don't use Avalokiteshvara. They don't translate this because Avalokiteshvara means someone who will protect the three words. They think this in Sanskrit. But in Tibetan, no. They don't use this word. They use the word Chen, Rezi. So Chen is the eye. Honorific, but eye. And Zi means to see. And Re is like tissue or something. And so basically it's like the eyes that perceive the tissue. What does it mean? So, and this is the thing. So compassion is to see. And the embodiment of compassion, Shenrezi, is the one that see, basically. And the tissue here, it means there is no discontinuation. Always see. Always. There is no, okay, today I'm thinking about the suffering of others and tomorrow I don't care, or no. So always see the suffering. So that's very, very incredible situation. But until there is this suffering, we need to do something. And in our very modest practice, it's also toward that. At least to help one being to be a little bit better and to help in one way or another all these different problematic situations. And now we need to think about the energy or the energy, or you can say determination of helping people, of Buddha and Bodhisattva. And this is the thing we will going to use every day, very often every day, in the morning, in the evening, or even more and more. That each time we're going to breathe in is this energy, and each time we're going to breathe out is all the opposite of this energy: selfishness, hunger, hatred, jealousy, miserliness, all these different defects. And we take everything out of our body, out of our life, everything we have done in the past, based on this negative feeling or emotion, whatever you call it. We take it out of your body and we breathe in the tremendous power of compassion of the Buddha and Bodhisattva. And hoping, now we just can hope, but hoping that it will transform our life. That our life will be not anymore dictated by afflictive emotion, but by these three things: love, compassion, and joy. Real joy. Not just joy like, oh, I get something today, yeah, no, not this one. The joy that wants real happiness, real bliss for others. This joy. And this joy is tremendously profound. And even at some point in our practice we discover bliss. And when we discover that, we have no other, let's say, option than sharing this bliss to others. Because we don't need anything more than if we get bliss on our life, everything else is completely useless. We just have this and everything is fine. Anyway, so this just to illustrate one aspect of this power. We can think a time when the Buddha was a bodhisattva, not the one completely achieved the path, but he was on the path. And it's a very famous story, everyone knows it, but think about the determination to help others and the abnegation in this situation. So the Bodhisattva, the Buddha, have seen a tigress, and she just gave birth to his, let's say, little tiger. I don't know, maybe there is a word where they say little tiger. And she was completely exhausted at the point that she cannot survive. She was on almost dying. So the only way she had to survive was to eat her own children. And the Buddha sees that. He sees that. He sees, okay, if she wants to live, she has to kill her children. And this is completely the opposite of the real situation. Because normally, mother very kind and very helpful toward their child. It's like natural feeling, mother and child. But she was too exhausted. And the Buddha sees that clearly, and he was accompanied by some guys. He said, please go and try to find some meat for her. And people, they don't think so much, they just go to find some meat. And then The Buddha knows exactly what he has to do. He has to sacrifice himself in order for those people to live, those tiger and the tigress. So he was ready to do that, but he cannot do it directly because she was too weak to hit him. So he takes something, I don't know. So he do some, how can I say that, cut on his body, to make some blood come out. So the tigress can drink his blood, to have enough strength to eat his body. Okay, I don't ask anyone to do that. But think how much determination and compassion this action requires. It's almost impossible for us. Like, again, if you see a mugger, give me €1. Oh, €1. Oh my goodness. No, I give you 50 cents. Okay? That's fine. Okay. This is not about money. This is not about our home, our house, or anything. It's your own body. And the Buddha was just not even thinking, seeing this suffering. Okay, I give my body. Okay. So this is the energy we're going to bring in our body and in our life. Okay? And what we're going to expel is the opposite. Miserliness, hatred, hunger, jealousy, whatever, all these things. And we're doing that in a very kind of special way. So maybe I don't, my camera is not very working so well, so you cannot see my body, but we can think in this way. We will use our hand, okay, and doing this gesture first, okay, and then we're going to breathe in, okay, this wind, always this wind of Buddha and Bodhisattva, breathing and going out, and you raise our hand, turn toward our here, and we move our finger from this position to this one, okay, this position to this one, we go down. So basically we have these two fingers, the thumb and this one, the ring finger. We put it here, so we breathe out, we put it here, and then we breathe in with this nostril. Okay, if you are a woman, it should be the opposite way, but we try one way or the another, because some women are more feminine, some more masculine, some men, so you can try both ways, which one is the best for the first hand anyway. So let's say we do this one with this hand, so going in, you turn toward the here, okay, and then we block this nostril, we breathe in very peacefully, without nod, without difficulty, very peacefully, and then we finish to breathe in, we block the next nostril, okay, and then we breathe out, okay, just like this, and then we use our finger to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 below this one, 6, 7. We're going to do that 7 times. On this side, we put those like this and down. We bring the rise up. So the left this time. We block this one. Breathe in. Breathe out. 7 times. Okay? And we use this hand this time to count. So from the small finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? And then when this is finished, we use both nostrils. Breathe in and out. We use this time these two hands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We do this 7 times. Okay? So when we do this, really think what we said before. So we work on a little bit some compassion. We see all these different suffering of people we know. When you think about male sentient beings, blah blah, so vast as the space, blah, this makes no sense because we don't know those guys. So think people you know, think people in your life who suffer, people you really care for. Okay, those people first, and then you go bigger and bigger and bigger. And as you progress towards this path, you will have more and more people to know and to help, because there is no situation where a Buddha becomes a Buddha and there is no one connecting to him. There is more than 1,000 even people connecting to this Buddha when become enlightenment. Because toward this path on the bodhisattva, you have more and more and more connection to people and know how to help people and everything. That's a real nature thing. So think about people you know, and then you will extend it slowly to people you don't know. Okay. So we're going to do that, and then thinking that when you breathe in, you breathe this energy of this Buddha and Bodhisattva who are willing to sacrifice their whole life for the happiness of the other. So this energy, very strong, very powerful, like ray of sun, like the light, but not just small light, like no, very strong, very powerful, a very transformative power that's going to completely transform our body and eradicate all the misery, like hatred, anger, selfishness, all that make us impossible to do such action right now. So our own body will be vibrate by this energy of love, joy, and compassion. Okay, so we're going to do that, and peacefully. So take your time. Maybe you can follow my lead, or you can do your own. There's nothing meant. It's okay. Whatever is okay. Okay, just do what you like. Okay. So we're going to breathe in, and then when you breathe out, you think like your belly skin touched your your spine. So you really breathe out, like you take a French. I don't do some marketing, so let's put it here. So you like this, like really want to take all the bad thing out of your body. And when you breathe in, it's like not only your nostril, but all your body is taking in this very powerful transformative energy of Buddha and Bodhisattva. And you have to think also, not from one direction, but for 10 directions, up, down, every direction. All this energy is coming inside, and it's like very strong, very powerful, okay? And this way you could very feel like purify somehow. I hope, anyway, we try. So we breathe in and then out. In again. Then when we breathe out, we raise our hand. Okay, so tell me how you feel. Basam, how you feel?
Good.
Yeah? Is there any change, from beginning of the meditation and now? Do you think different?
Um,
Yes, some different.
Now,
Okay, I don't hear clearly, but it's my fault. Okay, and what about your friend, Helena? Oh, what
Yeah,
do you feel?
Agnieszka. Actually, when we do this breathing in and breathing out,
Huh?
I was very much concentrated on the technique, yeah, because I never did it before.
Uh-huh.
So counting and trying to do it properly. So my mind was really a bit focused on this. But it's
Uh-huh.
fine to saying this. But I feel much calmer.
Okay, so this is very important. That's a very, very important aspect of the meditation. So when you want to meditate, you have to be very clean. You cannot meditate with a dirty mind. It's like wanting to cook with a dirty pot. Make no sense. If you want to have a very nice meal, because meditation is very refined, very delicate, and so if you want to do that, you cannot do it with a very dirty body and mind. So you really need to be very clean. Clean of what? Clean of all afflictive emotion. Hatred, jealousy, anger, whatever. Even it could be also some anxiety, or you're very anxiety, or you're very stressed, or you have something like trouble you, something like that. Fine, this is your life. But now it's when I glean this one. So you start meditation. You can have some ball like this. It's not so expensive, and it's good because it creates some space. So we say, okay, I'm going to meditate now. So you start the gong. So now it's a space of meditation. So every trouble, every anxiety, whatever I have to face in my life, I'm going to put it on the side. And the way you do that, you do is breathing. So you breathe this very powerful energy of Buddha and Bodhisattva, and you take away all the trouble, all the tension, all the difficulties for the space of the meditation. And then at the end, I'm going to do 3 times. It means it's finished. Unfortunately, now I have to face my life again. So I have to face my difficulty. I have to face my, I don't know, problem with relationship or work or whatever. That's okay. But I will face it with another mind. A mind which is relaxed and with no stress. So whatever I have to face in my life, I can use this very relaxed, clear mind, because you will see more and more you practice meditation, and if you follow this channel I will give many advice on that, because I so much to say. I don't know even I can say all in this life. Maybe next life you have to subscribe my new channel, my new life. I'm not joking. Anyway, so it's so much to say, So anyway, so we at least we have something, and then with all this advice, your mind becomes clearer and clearer, and your body also change. When people meditate nowadays, it's a bit sad because it's a bit like, I don't know, there is a lot of weird thing happening right now. So anyway, to have a real advice about meditation is not something easy, because many people they think they know about meditation, but they actually don't, and they just explain things on an intellectual point of view, not practical one, and it makes no sense. It's not so useful for a practitioner. So we need practical advice, how to do meditation with very clear and, how you say, non-mistaken advice. Okay, so that's one. Using the breath to purify your body before meditation. It's make no, I mean, it's very lot of sense. It's like, I don't know, I love, should I say brand, but I love some French water. I love very much. I take a clean glass. I never take a glass very dirty with all this a spider or whatever and put some nice drink in. No, I need clean glass, very pure, very clean. In the same way. So I'm going to use this body to bring in a lot of beautiful energy of love, compassion, and many different energy elements of earth, fire, wind, or a lot of things to bring in. So I need a clear vessel, So that's a very basic thing to do. So 2 steps. First step, you wake up, you do settle your body and mind from the nightmare or whatever happened in night. You do like this. You do the gong, that's good if you have one. Then you settle your body. You take all the time you need. This is why you wake up early. This is why you don't have stress like, oh, you cannot meditate if you are in a hurry. So you take the time. And then when you think, okay, I'm good, I'm very settled down, so I can start to think about what I say about the compassion, love and joy, about people around you. And you will extend it more and more, but at least to have this energy of seeing the suffering, seeing the difficulty, and not just seeing it, but want to be a solution, want to bring some help, some recomfort, some benefit one way or another. So this attitude, you connect to the Buddha and Bodhisattva with the embodiment of this love, compassion, and joy. So once you connect, you can think or bring in their energy, their life, let's say, purpose, or life, let's say, what moves them into the life, this kind of thing. So you breathe in this, with this technique is good because there is a lot of channel in wind, so it's not random. We do not do because we have nothing to do with our hand. Okay, so we do that, and then after you take all the bad thing out of your body, and then when you stay the hand like this, very relaxed. It's so cool, so relaxed. And then many other things will flow. There's many things after that. But I think for today, I just wanted to concentrate on this point. So you can practice, and next time you come, you see if there is something happening, because meditation is not you meditate and nothing happening. It's like, meditation, I try, but it's boring, you stay there, you don't think nothing, and okay, no, better to scroll on my phone, at least it's more funny than that. No, it shouldn't be. A lot of things happen, lot of different situation, lot of transformation, physically, psychologically, mentally, lot of things should happen, because this is what we call in Tibetan Nyam Len. So Nyam is experience, and Len is taking. So it should have a lot of experience. Weird one. It's too weird. You don't put in the chat. Okay, you ask me in private. I have weird thing happening, so you can tell me. And if I don't know what happened, I will refer to my master and people way more qualified than me to see what happened to you, and then we can think about how to explain anything. But anyway, so things should happen. It shouldn't be like nothing happened. So my advice, if you're okay to do that, until next week, you just do that. You settle your body and you work on the briefs the way we did, and you see if there is something happen. What do you feel? How something happened in your life, or if there is any different or not. Be honest. If nothing happened, just say both, nothing so much happened. And if something happened, it's good. That's a good start. Okay? So we're just going to ding 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 3 times. Okay? So during this time you can open your hand and try to you put your hand on your knees, but be open to the sound. If you can hear, it's great, because before I cannot hear. And then you think, try to follow the sound until the end. That's also meditation. Okay, you listen ding until there is no more sound each time. Okay, we do that and we conclude the session for tonight. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you very
So
much.
thank you. See you next time. Bye bye.
Yes.
Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.
Yeah, me too. Thank you
Bye
so much.
bye. Welcome.